Fair to say that something is wrong. Extremely wrong with Michiru, in fact. Okay, so if anyone told me I was gonna be staying up like till 2 in the morning, spending almost 3 hours just to see the whole good ending for Michiru's route, I would have not believed you for a second. I was thinking maybe an hour at most would have been like fair enough for the good ending, but no, we got like almost 3 whole hours worth of content. So I wonder if the bad ending's gonna be another 3 hours. Something is extremely wrong, in fact. Alright, so how bad could this be? I mean, I guess if Makona's bad ending is anything to go by, maybe I really don't want to know. Don't sugarcoat it. Something about her illness? She attempted suicide. Again? Why? Seems the staff was caught off guard because it was only the first day of her visit. Oh, so this was 6 days ago, you tell me. Is she alright? Is her life in danger? No, but... Is she alright? No? But she went into cardiopulmonary arrest, resulting in general hypoxia. It's entirely likely she suffered permanent brain damage. What did you just say? Where is Michiru right now? Let me see her. Calm down. Just tell me where she is, damn it. She has permanent brain damage. Just calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down. You just got done saying she's permanently brain dead, I think. It was decided we continue to look after her here for the foreseeable future. We'll be coming back to the school soon enough. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. She's gonna need a lot of attention so they push her off onto us. Parents these days. Can you see that taxi outside? Hurry and welcome her home. Damn it all. Welcome back. And welcome back to Farhana. So, we're gonna see just what this bad ending for Michiru's route is made up of. You alright? Think you can walk? Looks like you went through a lot. Must be tired. Don't worry, nothing's changed. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to leave your luggage here. Need anything? Will you be alright by yourself? No. I see. I'll stay with you then. From that day forth, I began to live at Michiru's side. At first, the others were shocked at our complete transformation, but they tried their best to interact with their friend as usual. Unfortunately, Michiru no longer seemed interested. Alright, so what came before exactly? Yeah, so the choice to get the bad ending was, I'm gonna stay by your side forever. We don't need to go to the hospital, but she still does go anyways. And I guess somehow this time around it doesn't end so well. Don't leave after all, let's stay together. This is the choice that leads to the bad ending. And if you offer a kiss before you send her off to the mental ward, then you get the good ending. Yeah, usually tells Michiru to not leave, let's stay together, but Michiru goes to the hospital anyways. And then somehow it doesn't end so well. Like it's already really not looking good. Watch it, Malkin. I think you're aware, but lately this girl seems to be considering any woman who gets too close to me as an enemy. Huh? Yeah, I know. But that's just too much to swallow. Michiru, I'm okay. I'm on your side. Okay, Makata spares the idiotic competitive spirit. No pestering Michiru and Yuji. What do you mean, pester him? I'm not doing nothing. Yes, that's enough. Sorry, Yuji. Not a problem, see you later. So lame. This isn't going to end well. Michiru-sama, good afternoon. Are you going out somewhere? We seem to be in a good mood today. Her voice is a bit softer than usual. Suppose so. Why don't we go on a date today? I'll take you wherever you want to go. Seems quite happy, doesn't she? That she does makes me feel pretty good myself. Okay, I just noticed something. Something definitely looks off with Michiru's eyes. If I could just go back to, like, I don't know, earlier in... Well, or just go back to the good ending and then just put them side by side, you'll definitely notice a difference. Not a fact? It's kind of strange to hear you say that, but maybe I have changed a little. Please do take care on your outing. I slowly walked down the coastal road, leading Michiru along. She steadily gazed up into the sky at my side. Periodically, she rubs her eyes with her free hand, dazzled by the light. Too bright? Don't stare into the sun. Heedless of my warning, she continues to repeat the pattern. It's Meow Meow. Meow Meow. What was that? Meow Meow. Meow Meow. Partway to our destination, Michiru grabs a plastic bag that was fluttering across the road in the wind. She hugs the ratty piece of trash tightly as for a priceless treasure. Meow Meow. You're so cute. Why do I feel like every bad ending... Is every bad ending in Grisaia just gonna result in, like, the girl going completely insane? She's generally mistaken that white convenience store bag for her black cat. There's a stab of cold pain in my chest, but I shake it off and firmly stroke Michiru's head. Well, at least it's not a garbage bag that's covered in flies, but still, oh fuck. Michiru closes her eyes and pleasures I ruffle her hair. It's all I can do. No words come. Love? Yeah, I love you. Meow Meow. He loves me. Meow Meow. Smiling happily, Michiru continues playing with her plastic bag. We sit there like this for an hour or so. In the end, I wasn't able to understand her in the slightest. Human beings can never really know each other's feelings, but I had hoped to find my way a little closer than this. Michiru's mind was far deeper and darker entrenched than I expected. Her story proved unintelligible, as if written in unfamiliar cryptic characters. And the key of that cipher is lost to me now. Some part of me must have been clinging to the arrogant belief that I could save her, but in the end, I couldn't do a thing. Not even for a single girl. Hmm? Did you just say something? I don't know. You're so cute. Just my imagination. Anyway, it's starting to get chilly out. Let's go back. Don't wanna. Stay here. I wanna stay here forever. Don't wanna go anywhere. You're a handful, you know that? Guess there's no getting around it. I'll stick with you till the end. For some time after that, Michiru and I gaze out at the sea. And I recall the words she spoke to me here once. When I'm up here, it feels like I can see all the way to the ends of the earth. But here we are, so very close, and I can't even make out the entrance to her heart. But when I reach out my hand, Michiru's there. That hasn't changed. That won't change. Seems like I finally stumbled into a calmer way of life. We'll go on together, just the two of us. No, the three of us, I suppose. Me, Michiru, and the plastic bag. And that's it? That was a... Okay, how long was that bad ending? I literally wasn't even sitting here for 10 minutes. And that's it. And they're just gonna go on forever living like that? all the 10 minutes for the bad ending. If I would have known it was going to be that short, I would have actually just simply done it in the same stream as the good ending. Okay. Yeah, that was certainly like a tragic way to go. I mean, at that point, are you really even technically still alive? If you're that far gone, are you technically even still alive? Like, did we technically just lose Michiru before she actually physically died? Like, did we just lose her before she was really gone, I wonder? Yeah, good ending, that took me almost 3 hours to sit through. This bad ending, not even 10 minutes, okay. Well, I guess I now have to decide. Okay, so whose route do I want to go down next? Because that took like not even 10 minutes. Yeah, that was just like not even 10 minutes, but pretty quickly got the hint that just, that was no way we want to go. Yeah, so Yuji, the brain-dead girl, and the plastic bag. Yep, so that's our downer ending. I swear, is every bad ending just gonna have, like, the girl go completely insane or something? Load this save, yes, and... Can't let myself get caught up in her nonsense. Steal a kiss with overbearing force. I think this does get me onto Amane's route. I'm trying to remember picking this would let me just see either the choice to go onto Michiru's route or... And I see if I say no, I go straight onto Yumiko's. Unless someone scares her straight, this girl's attitude toward men is going to come back to bite her badly one of those days. Have a responsibility to educate Amane in the dangers of messing with men. I'll harden my heart and teach her a lesson she won't soon forget. I seize the cocky girl's chin, firmly jerk it upward, and plunge my mouth against her glossy lips with all the sudden violence of a dive bomb or assault. Evidently surprised by my sudden attack, Amane's shoulders twitch as I draw her close. Heh, the fool probably didn't think I had it in me. That's what you get for underestimating the male gender. I temporarily released her lips, drawing back just far enough to speak a few words. Open your mouth, Amane. Okay, I guess I've decided I'm going on Amane's route next. And then at least after once this is done, I'll only have 2 choices left. And then after that, only 1 choice left. Utterly bewildered, Amane's mouth opens slightly to voice her confusion. I instantly push my lips back against hers. Well, yeah, I guess for a fruit of Grisaia's standards, that was a really short bad ending. So I shove my tongue into her mouth, pushing her lips further apart by force. Amane grabs the shoulders of my work uniform and tries to pull me off. With no success, of course. Her will to resist apparently broken by the force of my violent rage. Amane's grip of my clothes grows gradually weaker, finally slipping off powerlessly. And as if to signal her unconditional surrender weak, high-pitched pant leaks out of the corner of her mouth. I guess I'll let her off the hook. I let the arm wrapped around Amane's waist to prevent her retreat go slack, then give her 2 light thumps on the back to communicate that I'm letting her go. Amane's upper body had been forcibly bent backward by my weight. It takes a moment for her to regain her balance and pull herself straight. Finally released from my arms, Amane staggers back half a step, blinking her eyes in astonishment. It was surprising enough that you actually gave me a kiss, but I really wasn't expecting you to go for the lips. Didn't think I had it in me, did you? Shouldn't let down your guard. Unfortunately for you, I'm prone to taking jokes seriously. That was my first kiss, you know? What a coincidence. Mine too. You're so full of it. Damn, what gave me away? You kiss like someone who knows what he's doing. I see, I'll have to take it a little easier next time. Does that mean there's gonna be a next time? Apparently, from what I've heard, there's gonna be plenty of next times. Apparently, there are way more sex scenes in Amane's route, assuming you're playing the uncensored version of Fruit of Grisaia, than any other character. I knew Michiru had at least one. Makina had like 2. I saw both of those. It was just... It was awkward then, it's still really awkward now. I mean, sure they were both of this, like, in a similar age bracket, but still, given how childish Makina was acting, even when she was doing it with Yuji, it still feels so wrong. I mean, you don't want to have sex with your dad. Let's not rush into any parliamentary procedures here. I wouldn't have pulled a stunt like that unless I was prepared to accept something like consequences. What sort of consequences? I can't be your boyfriend, but I'm willing to accept you as my girlfriend. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. You fell in love with me on your own initiative, and I'll accept that, but I'm not capable of making a commitment to you. I can't promise I'll be able to take care of you for the rest of your life. Sorry. I'm an idiot, so I don't really follow. Basically, you'll let me be your girlfriend, but you can't be my boyfriend? That's right. When you get down to it, you're saying you're okay with me as a girlfriend? Yeah, under certain conditions. Specifically? Even if I disappear suddenly or drop dead out of nowhere, I don't want you to cry over me. Ever. That's the main thing. I don't think that's gonna be very easy to do, by the way. That's it? Also, let's see, if I do disappear, I want you to do your absolute best to forget about me within a year or so. I know they're pretty selfish requests, but if you can't accept those conditions, I can't do anything for you. We can pretend it's never happened and stay as classmates. If I accept those conditions, I'm your girlfriend? Yeah, that's right. Then I accept them. Did you think this over? It's fine. Going with my gut felt like the easier way to do it. I don't like torturing myself over decisions like this. Right, so... I don't know, is Yuji gonna die during her bad ending or something? And then she's gonna cry a lot. But first, mind if I request a condition of my own? Like what? Yuji, do you love me? That's all I want to know. Can you give me an answer here and now? It's okay, you can give it to me straight. Let's see, to be honest, I think I've liked you for quite a while now. But I'm not exactly experienced with this sort of emotion. I don't understand how to exactly describe my feelings for you, but... yeah, I think she deserves a clear answer here. I do love you, Amane. That a fact? That's a relief. I'm happy to hear you say that. But I think pretty much anyone is going to love having a convenient, devoted woman drop in their lap. So my sheer persistence won you over in the end, huh? Incidentally, how much do you love me? How am I supposed to measure that? A rough estimate's good enough. For example, I love you more than anyone else in the universe or something. Can't say, haven't had the chance to explore the universe yet. Look, you don't have to take it so literally, it's kind of hypothetical, okay? Alright then, hypothetically, if your life or property came in danger, I'd protect you even if it meant throwing everything else away. Yeah, that description definitely fits Yuji to a T. That's probably just about the only thing I can do for you. The responsibility to protect. That at least is a concept I'm familiar with. It's a bit of a catchphrase in my line of work. So then I'm your girlfriend now? Yes, you are. I see. I gave her a firm, decisive answer, but Amane's reaction seems fairly subdued. No spontaneous outbursts of joy, at least. Well, I guess a romantic relationship with this many strings attached is pretty unusual. Not really surprising that she might have mixed feelings about it. Can I sit down for a minute? Why? Before she can answer my question, did she just faint? Sinks unsteadily to the floor, landing in a sitting position with a light thump. What's wrong, Amane? Sorry, I kinda went weak in the knees all of a sudden. My legs are trembling. You feeling alright? I don't know, it was such a shock when you kissed me out of nowhere. And I'm really happy to become your girlfriend, but it's so sudden. None of this really feels real to me. I've been feeling numb for a while now, but this is bad. I don't think I could stand up. My legs have turned to jelly. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna lock in the save at this point. You're hopeless. She puts up a consistently strong front, but when push comes to shove, it seems Amane's a pretty timid woman. Already thrown off balance by her first kiss, the impact of becoming my girlfriend seems to have been sufficient to rob her of motor control. If you can't stand on your own, I'll give you a hand. What's that bizarre sound you're emitting? Are you laughing? What, you can't tell that she's laughing? Yuji, seriously? Yep, that I am. I see, I'm your girlfriend now. What, now the idea scares you? A little late for that. That's not it, but... Kinda feels like I won the lottery? Can't really believe it yet. You're really truly okay with me being your girlfriend? I meant what I said. Okay, this is already worth it. Look, do not tell your girlfriend she's nauseating. Just stand up already, will you? Here, give me your hand. Just what do you plan to do with me after you pull me to my feet? My body's still all numb, so I'm completely defenseless right now, you know? What's your point? Just letting you know, if you're going to attack me, this will be the time to do it. In other words, I'm sending you a highly subtle signal that you can throw me in bed right now if you want to. The hell? Amane's trying to put up a strong front with the usual slut act, but it's decidedly unconvincing with her hands trembling on mine like a chihuahua with anxiety issues. Please don't tell me I'll just let him do what he wants until he can't live without me was the best you could think up of for the next step. They feel crazy good, you know? What do you say, shall we? This coming from the girl who's shaking like a leaf in the breeze. Don't get carried away, you idiots. With my free hand to deliver a sharp karate chop to the top of Amane's head? What? Look, I'm not going to vanish like smoke tomorrow. Probably not the day after that either. Don't rush things. But I'm kind of anxious, you know? In your case, it really does feel like you might vanish into thin air all of a sudden. You're worrying too much. Just get some sleep for the moment, alright? I'll take you to your room. Will you carry me? Yeah, I think I can handle that. I lift Amane's completely limp body onto my back, carry her up the stairs, and escort her back to her room. This will be the second time I've toted Amane around like this, but her body feels lighter than before. Probably because I'm more ready to carry her, and she's more comfortable with being carried by me, because the distance we kept between us has shrunk. She's got a big body, but she's definitely a burden I can bear. And so as of today, Amane became my girlfriend. When it comes to women, the ideal is small, soft, cute, and smart enough to pretend they're stupid. But by some cruel twist of fate, the women in my life have universally been on the large, brash, and hard-headed side of things. Less cute, more brute. At one point back when I was really and truly surrounded by these creatures, I was half convinced my entire life had been cursed by some misdeed against an oversized woman in a previous incarnation. More than anything else, big women are just hard to deal with. They're gluttonous, coarse, obstinate, and selfish. They pick fights and smoke cigarettes. On top of it all, they're crybabies, jealous, wear too much makeup, and blame the nearest man for anything and everything. Given all these charming characteristics, you could hardly blame a guy for wanting to pull an abrupt about-face whenever a big woman comes into view. Of late, however, my doctrine on oversized females has experienced something of a softening. I'm beginning to think they aren't all bad in their way. I've met one in particular who's an excellent cook. Highly attentive to the needs of others, doesn't get angry when I speak to other women, and accepts every request I make eagerly. Honestly, she's too convenient. The whole thing gives me an unpleasant feeling in the pit of my stomach at times, but then again, that's just the sort of person I am. The sweeter the deal, the more uneasy I become. As a result, recently I've been racking my brains over one question in particular. Why did a high-quality woman like that become the girlfriend of a worthless man like me? Good morning, Yuji. Moblin, Mobi-chan! Moborlin? Sounds like an abbreviation for Mobile Orlican? Did someone develop a portable 20mm autocannon deployable by infantry? Makina, you're sneaking food again. I told you breakfast was on hold until Yuji got back, didn't I? What's the big deal? No matter how much I snarf, a magical food fairy always makes more. That's me, and it ain't magic, you little brat. Ah, swear to God, you got no manners. Were you raised in the barn? This is the only way of life I know. Deal with it. Cut the back talk. Not that I really mind, but why are you people in my room first thing in the morning? Hmm? I'm your girlfriend now, after all. Thought I should at least make breakfast, you know. That's not really... It's no trouble at all, if that's what you're worried about. I'm always making Makina's breakfast, so just doing yours means cooking a little bit extra. I see. Come on then, you worked up a sweat on that run, right? Go ahead and take your shower. Breakfast should be just about ready when you're done. Yeah, alright. What the heck? Why the creepy laugh? Why do you think? Perhaps it's related to a certain someone jumping head first into the whole girlfriend song and dance? It's embarrassing just to watch ya. Come on. I've done this stuff plenty of times before, right? There's nothing weird about it. Then what's with the distinct hint of desperation whenever Oni-chan tried to say something, you cut him off instantly? Well, yeah, but I mean, it's you we're talking about here, you know? I'm doing this stuff because I want to, because it feels like he'll go, don't trouble yourself if I give him the chance. Well, can't argue with you on that one. Oni-chan's weirdly abstemious. Kinda feels like he isn't used to getting pampered. I know, right? So I actually becomes his girlfriend though, you know? I want to do stuff for him, but it would be seriously rough to get shot down with a no thank you. I don't think you gotta worry too much on that count. Oni-chan may live like a Puritan, but he's also stupidly good at dealing with women for some reason. So once you realize you're one of them heavy women who can only demonstrate affection by forcibly smothering people with it, I'm sure he'll skillfully meet your needs. Oh, what's the matter? Hey. Yeah? Am I heavy? Are you discussing your body mass index? Of course not. Well, kinda. I mean, I'm a helpless kid who can't live without leeching off you, Amane, but Oni-chan's probably more on the independent side of things, don't you think? If you overdo it, he might end up finding this relationship more annoying than anything else. I see. I gotta watch out. Well, no need to get all down in the dumps. Let me give you some tips I read in the magazine the other day. Don't try and eat up every single free moment. Don't flip out over the occasional slow response to your texts. When you get mad, don't let it simmer. Talk honestly about the reason you're upset. And this is the #1 most important rule. Don't look in your boyfriend's cell phone without permission. That's quite a range. Wait, where'd you get all that from, anyway? What are you talking about, Amane? Those are all from a magazine you yourself bought. Handbook of the Assertive Modern Chick teen fashion magazine Tiger Girl. August issue, page 144. Back off, heavy girl. Ever had a boyfriend who tells you want some space? It was a special feature and all. Not ringing any bells? Now that you mention it, I think I might remember seeing an article like that, maybe. For all I thought, no need to bother, it's not like I'm heavy or anything. And skim right past them, am I right? Oh good, don't cut it, girl. But well, at least he didn't go running after Oni-chan in the shower, screaming I'll wash your back for you. Eesh, that was close. I was kind of going back and forth on that one. I'm really glad I didn't. Planning to wash his back with your fat old boobies, I expect? Good grief. Oh no, that's a little over the top even for it. Listen up, you. Take your flirting too far and you're just gonna end up looking like a freaky pervert. Got that message? Good. Now get cracking on that breakfast. Okay. Okay. Now that that's settled, I've got a minor errand to attend to. See ya. Huh? Hey, a minor errand? Where are you going? Whoopsie. There we go. Why are you taking off your clothes? Oni-chan, I'll wash your back for you! Hold it right there! There are some people out there who find joy in serving others, making them happy and being necessary to them. I consider them masochists. There's no guarantee that such devotion will ever be rewarded. In fact, I think it's safe to say the opposite is more often true. Case in point, no matter how many people we might kill in the national interest, no one's going to gratefully reward a piece of trash like us for our service. That's really only natural. Maintaining such fruitless devotion for its own sake doesn't make any sense. There's gotta be some other motive underneath it all, so I instinctively suspect. No matter how much I want to believe, Suo Amane's actions are motivated purely by our emotions. The small, nauseating sense of unease just won't disappear. But of course, I'm a twisted person with all the capacity for trust of a mangy stray dog. Accepting the kindness of others never comes easy to me. Okay then, I devote myself gently to my breakfast. Now it's time to vigorously devour my studies. I think you may have gotten your verbs reversed there. Well, their incomprehensible enthusiasm gets across if nothing else. Oni-chan. You seem kind of worn out. Well, when a certain somebody makes that much of a fuss first thing in the morning, that's hardly surprising. Sorry, Oni-chan. Amane really did make a hell of a fuss. I'm not talking about you. Huh? Don't give me that bewildered look. You're shameless. Speaking of which, if I hadn't stopped you, were you really planning to wash Yuji's back? You betcha. Nothing like starting your day off with a passionate, sticky, no-holds-barred backwash, in my humble opinion. I am at a loss. How am I supposed to scold this girl? The concept of remorse is completely foreign to her. Hey, Oni-chan. Shame about today, but we can always pick up where we left off sometime, which is the two of us. Don't get me involved in this troublesome nonsense. Won't be any trouble at all. I'll bring the condoms! Hey, you're right in front of his girlfriend here, you know? You can't say things like that even as a joke, okay? Not to worry, I'm not about to get excited by the likes of Makana. I see how it is. This is titty discrimination. That's right, if you want to become my woman, get yourself a serious rack. This guy says some pretty crazy stuff sometimes. This is the only way of life I know. Deal with it. Voice of my own petard. Give up on becoming my woman. And try to be sportsmanlike about it, will you? In exchange, I'll be your big brother as long as you want. How about forever? As long as I manage to stay alive, I guess. Nice! Okay then, I'll take you up on that. That's a promise, okay? Oh, hold on a second, I feel like I might have rushed into this. Let me think it over. It's a heli! An Apache? A longbow? No. H64D? Ah, hey, Makana! She ran away on you. What a hopeless girl. That's clearly a civilian helicopter. How do you mistake an EC-155B for an AH-64D? More importantly, are you really okay with making that promise? Oh, I suppose. Try not to begrudge Makana the little sister role. I think she's always going to have a hard time functioning unless there's someone looking out for her. True enough. Let's hurry to the classroom ourselves. Ah, Yuji. Hold on. Hmm? Come on, your tie's crooked. Really? Come here. I'll get it for you. Right. Thanks. You might play the spick and span soldier boy, but you definitely have your sloppy side. Yeah, I get that a lot. JP once offered me a similar evaluation. You're insufficiently thorough. That sloppiness is why you always manage to bungle things into the endgame. But my master responded, that's the one and only part of this kid you could call cute. She actually encouraged me to make certain types of sloppy mistakes as a way to attract the tender exasperation of females. Not to say I'm doing any of this on purpose, but in retrospect, it seems there might have been something to that suggestion. Even if she fixes my necktie with a few vaguely maternal complaints, the expression on Amane's face suggests she's enjoying herself. Okay, much better. Right, thanks. Hey, Yuji. What? Am I heavy? In terms of body mass? Thanks, but I already got that stupid joke from Makana. My humor's on the same level as Makana's, that's a bit of a shock. Well, she's been resembling you more and more lately, you know? Children change themselves in reaction to the adults around them. It's only natural. I know it's easy to forget sometimes, young man, but Makoto's practically the same age as you. Was she like 1 or 2 years younger? Like I said, they're in the same age bracket, but yet she acts like she's at least 5 years younger, maybe even younger than that. I'm aware of that. I'm also aware that you're only 2 years older than me, despite the wise big sister act. Who told you that? The principal. I see. What, did you want to keep it a secret? No, not really, I guess. Then there's nothing to worry about. I don't care too much about age either way. Also, if I thought you were heavy, I'd tell you straight out. You're fine the way you are. Don't try to change yourself to fit me. Gotcha. Alright, let's head to class. Wanna hold hands on the way? Huh? You serious? No, just screwing with you. What? Boo. Don't boo me, come on. Offer my left hand to Amane. Huh, it's okay. Really? Just until we get to the classroom. Yeah, I'm really happy. Am I getting soft? The thought did occur to me, but if you think of it as compensation for Amane's reliable daily service, a little charity like this is entirely justifiable. Like a dog leaping toward the leash its master's carrying. Amane jumps to grab my hand, firmly intertwining her fingers with mine. As always, our palm is unusually cold to the touch. But compared to a hot, sweaty hand, this one isn't unpleasant to hold. This is a pretty old story that my master heard from her own master. It's about a man who, having finished a big job overseas, stopped by a certain rural town. The man in question had been celebrating the completion of his task in a bar. Eventually, the liquor went to his head and he asked the owner of the place where he could get himself a woman. Sure enough, they brought him a girl. The fee seemed unreasonably high, but the man was plastered, and the money he'd earned was burning a hole in his pocket. He rationalized it as a worthy price for a night of sweet dreams. The next morning, when the man woke up in his hotel room, the woman was nowhere to be seen. Oh crap, did she take me for a ride? When he checked the pockets of his jacket in the panic, his wallet was still there. Nothing seemed to be missing from the inside. Sheesh, getting a little paranoid. Anyway, those sure were some pleasant dreams. But just as the man was putting the incident behind him, the woman he slept with would turn to the room, bearing breakfast on a tray. What? You haven't gone home yet? In response to the man's question, the woman tilted her head in puzzlement. I don't know the location of your home yet, husband. The oddly expensive price hadn't bought the man a single night of pleasure. It had bought him the woman. Wait, what happened? The man paid his money with the intention of spending a single night with the woman, but he inadvertently purchased her entire life. They got married by accident? I've heard the salary of a Japanese university graduate just entering the workforce would make you quite wealthy in certain regions of South Asia, so I suppose such a mistake isn't impossible, but what's that story got to do with Amane? Well, it isn't quite over yet. The man tried to return the woman to her family, but they refused to take her back. The way they saw things, it was already a done deal. So in the end, the man had no choice but to take the woman back to his own country. He was pretty shell-shocked. Felt like he'd stumbled into a total catastrophe at first, but once they got back to his hometown, his opinion changed dramatically. You see, the woman happened to be one hell of a hard worker. Maybe that's just how they raised them over there, but the fear that they decide she's useless in abandon probably had a lot to do with it as well. Either way, she went on this guy hand and foot. They probably trained her pretty strictly from a young age. She took over all the cleaning, washing, and cooking, and matched them all perfectly. When the man took a bath, she'd wash his back. When he went to work, she'd help him into his business suit, then send him off by kneeling in the entranceway with her head to the floor. The girl not only accepted all of this as a role, but actually started crying when the man tried to stop her from performing her duties. At first it was something of a loss, but in the time the man decided to accept this dependent new lifestyle, his reasoning was simple enough. Apparently being necessary to him in even the smallest ways was important to his wife. It felt pompous allowing the girl to attend to his every need, but if that would reassure her that her place in the world was secure, he decided it was the right thing to do. Long story short, they stayed married for more than 40 years. At the man's deathbed, the girl was by his side. These were apparently her final words to him. I was terrified and miserable at first. The realization that I'd been bought by some strange foreigner brought me to tears many times. But even so, in the end, I'm glad. From the bottom of my heart, I'm glad you took me back with you. What the heck? I'm tearing up here! Understandable. Maybe you see what I'm getting at here, but for me, I think Amane might be something like that woman. So for now, I think I'm gonna try letting Amane do what she wants. Just like the man in the story. So that entire tale was your attempted excuse for entering the classroom hand in hand with Amane-san? Oh, come on, no need to put it so bluntly, is there? Not that you're wrong. In other words, you've decided to follow my example and spend the rest of your life leeching off Amane? Did you even listen to what I was saying? Come on, it was a long-ass story and it didn't really get the point, you know? Keep your reports concise. Alright, now, can we just get Makana herself to play through Fruit of Grisaia and see how much she actually remembers at the end of it? How about Makana herself tries to play through all of Fruit of Grisaia? And now she's talking like JB. Cheeky brat. Maka-chan, men's excuses are by their very nature lengthy and largely incoherent. And you're not much better. Don't get me at the gut with that knowing smile on your face. Alright, anyway, I still find Amane's kindness pretty odd. But I guess I've decided to stop fighting it. I think that's the best way to repay her goodwill. As long as I remember to be grateful, that's all I'm trying to say. I see. You still don't get it, do you? Nope. I, however, understand entirely. An excellent way of thinking, in my humble opinion. I identify so strong through your tale that I could barely restrain the urge to tearfully wail my agreement. The supreme bliss of being necessary to another. A sympathetic master understands the need to be needed. Truly, there is no greater blessing for a maid. The emotional impact of such a profound reward for your daily labors must be overwhelming. If one were to receive, say, a gentle pat on the head to top it all off, might well prove impossible to maintain control of your bladder. Sort of like them excitable, yappy little dogs that piss themselves with joy when the master says time for a walk? I don't think I like the sound of this. Not to worry, Amane's a placid, well-trained big dog. You know, won't pee on your carpet, won't bark at the squirrels outside, sits waiting patiently by the door for a master to come home. Ah, I believe I'm familiar with the type. Something like the Inu family's Lucky, perhaps? Lucky? What? Haven't you ever seen her around, Oni-chan? If you go shopping at Shoei's in the evening, sometimes she's sitting next to the door. Big, brown, kinda dopey dog. Oh, I think I might know the one you're talking about. The boy's toy that's always gnawing on a chewed-up plastic back stretcher? Lucky is quite intelligent, you know. When her master's shopping, she flops down quietly outside, drops ears lazily to the ground, doesn't budge an inch. She never barks, even when other dogs pass by. Sometimes the neighborhood kids yank on her tail or ears as a prank, but she just gets this mildly annoyed look on her face. Never seen her get mad. She's a really gentle dog, you know. So when she notices her master about to leave the store, she jumps up right away and assumes an alert sitting posture, where the face thing had been waiting at attention the whole time. It's unbelievably cute. I see now that you mention it. It does sound a bit like Amane. Somebody say my name? Oh, hey there, Amane. We were just noting your resemblance to a dog. I resemble a dog? That didn't come out right now, didn't it? Hey, we were just talking about how much you look like a dog. Dang straight you do! Give Amane some food that's getting close to the expiration date and you'll start sniffing like a suspicious puppy. Ah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be a habit of hers. Huh? Seriously? Do I really do that? Yes! Just the other day, you stuck your face in an old pot of tofu soup and sniffed away. But, come on. Tofu goes bad pretty fast in the summer. I can't go feeding people sketchy stuff that might upset their stomachs, right? But Amane-san, you do the exact same thing when you're shopping at the fishmonger or greengrocer, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe I've ever seen you buy anything without giving it a sniff first. Huh? Yeah. I mean, you always want to get the freshest possible stuff, right? Can you seriously tell how fresh produce is by sniffing it? Well, I don't know. Just an unconscious habit, I guess? You know, I grew up buying ingredients for my family's restaurant, so I can't help take my shopping seriously. I see. Sachi! 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 Where are you? Yep, so this is what Michiru's eyes are basically supposed to look like. And throughout the entirety of her bad ending, they look way more empty than what we're seeing now. Her eyes basically just screamed, "I have no more life in me left." Yet she just apparently kept on living with Yuji. Basically completely lost, as if she was dead, but still alive at the same time. Certainly. I'll begin preparations at once. You brought me a box lunch, right? There better not be any green peppers or celery in there. Yes, of course. None whatsoever. I wouldn't dream of concluding Michiru-sama has no sense of taste anyway, so she won't notice. And finally chopping up large quantities of ingredients in question into your lunch. Hey, that better be the absolute truth, okay? But of course, you silly goose. Me? To see Michiru-sama? The mere thought is preposterous. You can trust me. I assure you. Somehow, feels like you've been treating me pretty roughly recently. Is it just my imagination? It is indeed your imagination. Entirely so. You've crossed the border into a country of wizards. What the heck? A country of wizards? Imagination? Lame! Wait a second, Michiru. You've been having Sachi make box lunches for you? What if I have? You got a problem with that? I mean, it's not like I ordered to do this. Sachi offered. Ah, yes, Michiru-sama commented she was getting sick of the catered lunches every day. That was presumptuous enough to offer my humble services. What? I would have made a share for you if you just asked. Michiru? No thanks. Your lunches are way too veggie heavy. I'm a carnivore. Why did you feel the need to say that in English? I do what I want. You got a problem? Michiru, I really hope you're showing Sachi appropriate gratitude for this. I'm a humble, down-to-earth woman. I'm always filled with gratitude and thoughtfulness toward others. I also happen to be a tsundere, so I never let it show on the surface. I see. Is that just how tsunderes are as a species? Of course. If you overdo it, you're just gonna seem like an annoying jerk. Michiru being an excellent case in point. That's not true. Possibly, probably, maybe not true. What's with the rapid-fire 3-step transformation from confidence to total uncertainty? Nice rhythm, though. Want to make it a catchphrase? Do me a favor and don't. I'm getting a headache already. Anyway, let's have our lunch. Good thinking. If I let myself get distracted by these idiots, the break will be over in no time. Come on, Sachi. Let's go on down to the cafeteria. I feel like washing down my munchies with seaweed soup today. Yes, I'll be right along. And so I'll be heading to the cafeteria. What are your plans, everyone? We'll be eating in the classroom. What is it? I'm slightly envious of you, Amane-san. Is it selfish to feel that way, I wonder? Huh? Sorry? What are you talking about? Well, you know, Michiru's the type who forgets to feed the family dog. What? Again with the dogs? Well then, please excuse me. What was all that about? Don't worry about it. More importantly, I've gained a keen understanding of what gratitude means thanks to Michiru's negative example. Amane, thank you for everything you do. Huh? Ah, yeah. You're welcome, I guess? Don't really get it, am I right? Yeah. You don't need to get it. Even gratitude can be annoying if you shove it in someone's face. Much like any other form of charity, giving back to others is meaningless if you're motivated primarily by the desire to show off your own nobility. When I see a politician on television proudly wearing brightly colored flags and ribbons on his lapel, my first and only thought is, look at that swaggering hypocrite. I guess you could say I'm cynical by nature, but I don't want to show my gratitude to Amane that way. Not through some self-satisfied display. I want to keep those feelings mostly to myself. The better to preserve them and keep them genuine. If the world calls this less effusive approach to the mark of a tsundere, then I guess I'm a tsundere after all. I'll bear that mark of disgrace with pride, and I'll set an example by my way of life. One that will dispel the foul reputation of a few regrettable individuals I'm brought up on a misunderstood tribe. Kazami-kun, do you have a moment? I suppose so. What? We received a shipment of new books for the library today, but it seems they were accidentally delivered to the dormitory. Now I gotta just move books from one place to another. Oh, now that you mention it, I did notice a truck over there this afternoon. It must have been the one. Anyway, I was hoping I might be able to carry the books in question to the library. I apologize for the hassle, but the supplier's already left, and the physical labor involved would likely be too much for Komine-san. Very well. I was looking forward to getting some new material in the library myself. I'll lend a hand. I appreciate it. Just need me to lug them over here? Yes. Once you bring them to the library, I'll take care of putting them on the proper shelves. Roger, let's get started. It's pretty rare for Sakaki to ask someone for help like this, and unexpected. Above all else, she's a proud woman, and I'm sure I rank among the very last people she'd ever want to ask for help. So when she swallows that pride and turns to me, I can't very well just shoot her down. On top of which, I honestly do want more books in the library. I said I wasn't expecting quite this many. A mountain of sizable cardboard boxes are stacked up next to the dorm's front entrance. Assuming around 24 books per box and 16 boxes in all. I've got a good 384 volumes or so to carry over the schoolhouse. Might have been a little too hasty to agree to that request. Well, nothing I can do about it now. I accepted the job, so I gotta carry it out. In a situation like this, it's better to get moving before you start thinking too much. If you stand around too long in front of a task like this, it's easy to get paralyzed by your self-pity. This will never get done unless I finish it. Just have to chip away at the mountain. In short, it's something like mowing the maneuvering grounds, in which case there's only one conclusion. A mere 16 round trips? Don't make me laugh. If you ask the thinking men and women of the world, they'd probably tell you mindless jobs are the most miserable of all. I'm not one of these people. By nature, I'm well suited to this sort of simple work. Huh? Yuji? What on earth are you doing out here? Hey, Sakaki asked me to help get some new books over the library. Oh, is that it? I was wondering what the deal with the boxes was. Books, huh? Want me to help out? Oh, it's alright. You're just heading out on some errand, right? Yeah. Well, I was planning to go shopping for dinner. And that's your job at the moment. I'll take care of this. I see. In that case, I'll make you something like for dinner. What do you feel like having? Anything's fine. You do realize that's the most troublesome possible answer, right? Really, I was trying to imply that anything you make is delicious. Jeez. Flattery's not going to get you anywhere. Alright then. Something a bit spicy, maybe? Spicy? So, courier mapu tofu or something? I'll leave the details to you. Just feel like something with a little bit of a kick to it. Okay, gotcha. Something spicy it shall be. Makane's gonna eat it too, so keep the intensity reasonable. Roger. Okay, it should be done by 7, so I'll come to my room around then. Got it. When asked what do you feel like having for dinner, a man who answers anything's fine is undeniably negligent. But is it just me or is the woman who demands an answer to that question being a bit unreasonable in her own right? Your average young man doesn't exactly have a sophisticated palate. They can tell the difference between salty, sweet, and spicy, but that's about it. In most cases, they'll find pretty much anything with a strong flavor delicious. Speaking of which, Amane's cooking seems to have been influenced by the restrained style of her mother's homeland. I can't deny that her subtly flavored dishes sometimes feel like a bit lacking in impact to me. Typical young man that I am. That would be the reason I decided to request something spicy, which necessarily demands heavier seasoning. It might be a somewhat risky request to make of some people. In Amane's case, I'm sure she won't bring out anything absurdly hot. It'll probably be reasonably spicy as a compliment to a rich overall flavor. I mean, now that I think about it, I've eaten Amane's cookie many times before, but I don't think she's ever served me anything I just couldn't finish. Probably the fruit of her ma's vaunted training regimen. I see. A well-trained big dog, eh? Sounds about right. Oh, look. What exactly have you been mumbling about for the last few minutes? My apologies. Did you find it creepy? Talking to yourself is generally regarded as an unpleasant habit. I suggest you work on that. Duly noted. On a different note, can you cook, Sakaki? Where's this coming from all of a sudden? Just my little curiosity, I guess. Tell me, are you familiar with the microwave oven? But of course, the microwave oven is a sacred treasure, dropped from heaven by a benevolent god to save the single meals of the world. Yes, that's right. However, that divine blessing wasn't bestowed on bachelors alone. Just for your information, I happen to be something of a professional microwaving instant noodles. We were born in a good era, Sakaki. Yes, quite true. In this, if nothing else, we have to thank our parents. Here are the books. Good work. Now go get me some more. Right. Come to think of it, in this microwave age of ours, domestic cooks like Amane might be a fairly rare subcategory of the female population, and against the contrast of insipid frozen food and instant TV dinners. Warm homemade meals grab the male heart all the more firmly. As a matter of fact, my belated decision to accept Amane's profession of love had a lot to do with that. Cooking is something honestly most handled by myself, for myself. That's how it's been for a long time, even back when I was living with my master. Not to say that JB didn't pop in and whip up a meal every once in a while, but perhaps thanks to her crude, sloppy approach to cooking, I can't say the food ever really felt like a family meal. As for Amane, her evident experience in the kitchen is really striking. Her mother's lesson must have been strict and extensive indeed, and they must have started very young. Amane's approach to cooking is that of a self-assured housewife who spent many years putting food on the table every night. I still remember a little maxim Amane once shared with me. Every human being has to eat. If a woman could cook, she could marry anyone in any country and manage just fine for herself. Indeed, wise words. At the time, I nodded in agreement. From that perspective, Amane is certainly a hell of a woman. You could hardly ask for more. In fact, any way you look at it, the girl's definitely wasted on the likes of me. Unlike Sakaki, she can cook. Unlike Michiru, she doesn't bark at a random deranged chihuahua. Oh yeah, unlike Michiru, she doesn't bark at random like a deranged chihuahua. Unlike Maka, she has a rich feminine body. And unlike Sachi, she doesn't bottle up her emotions inside. Did I hit the jackpot here? Again with the creepy soliloquy. Sorry, Sakaki, mind if I just say one thing? Couldn't hurt to try learning how to cook. I suppose, but it's less that I can't cook and more that I choose not to. I see. More books. Thanks. Keep them coming. Very well. Unfortunately for you, Sakaki, my friend, I spent a long time among women who can't cook, and every one of them has said the same thing, JB being the representative example. I do understand that a female's charm isn't defined by her skill in the kitchen, but when you get right down to it, the number one thing that men want from the woman in their life is warmth. Next on the conventional list would probably be nursing, followed by entertainment. In summary, men want hospitality from their partner. If a woman satisfies those needs, it can easily make up for severe shortcomings in some other respect, even physical attractiveness. Although Amani's pretty near a perfect score in that field as well. She's attentive to detail, skilled at cooking, and ridiculously sexy. Objectively speaking, pretty much a perfect choice for a relationship, worthy of a round of applause. But precisely because I think that way, it's hard to get my head around the idea that she'd fall in love with me, of all people. They say women tend to look for promise in their young men, but I hardly think I have anything of the sort. Quite the opposite. Every day brings with it a chance that I'll be rotting in the grave before evening. I'm a worthless stray dog of a human being. A wolf that dressed itself up as a sheep in its pathetic desperation for warmth. There's practically nothing about me to attract a woman like Amane. There's no reason why people fall in love, or perhaps you could say the reasons are frequently impossible to express in words. I do understand that much, but still, I can't help but think, why me? I suppose it's possible she noticed the stink of carrion out of my breath and mistook it for the titillating aroma of a wild man. But that's no different from the fleeting, shallow delusion of a middle school girl who gets a crush on the class delinquent. In that case, there's a chance Amane will part from me in her own time. And I'm looking back on this relationship with embarrassment. But that's fine. In the end, whenever Amane sees me as a mirage, and little girls have to face reality eventually. What's wrong? No longer have the energy to make fun of me talking to myself? Not at all. I was actually rather impressed in a way. When someone mumbles to themselves at this length, the result can actually rather be poetic. Think you'd buy a copy of my collected soliloquies? If you need to force your acquaintances to purchase your book, it's generally wise to give up on being an author. Sakaki, you say clever things sometimes. Oh, you think so as well? I plan to publish a collection eventually. The Collected Wisdom of Sakaki Yumiko. Not to worry, I'll send you an autographed copy. Skip the personal dedication, just makes it hard to sell at the used bookstore. If you have the time to make stupid jokes, use it to carry books. Yes, ma'am. Continuing my exceptionally self-centered repetitive ruminations, I carry over the cardboard boxes one after another. And after finishing the physical labor, I stick around to help Sakaki shelve the books. It's somewhat tedious work, but we pass the time exchanging opinions on stuff we've read recently. Before I know, it's already past 9 p.m. I'm sorry, I ended up keeping you rather late. Not your fault. Just can't leave the job unfinished after all. That's an apology. Shall we get dinner somewhere? I'll pay, of course. Appreciate the offer, but I got... Ah! What's the matter? Crap, completely slipped my mind, but I promised to be at Amane's room for dinner at 7. Oh my, I imagine Suicide must be getting fairly tired of waiting by now. Well, I'm a good 2 hours late. Don't you think she probably just went ahead and ate? I don't know about that. Suicide's strangely faithful about these things. I think there's a good chance she waited all this time. This isn't good. If she seems terribly upset, blame it all on me. If you tell her Sakaki wrote me into helping, perhaps she'll be somewhat mollified. No. Rather than risk making things worse with some half-assed lie, I prefer to be honest from the start and apologize. I'm the one in the wrong here. Can't be dishonest on top of it all. You're rather clumsy in that regard, after all. Not that I dislike that about you. I'm well aware that I'm a clumsy man, no need to rub it in. Incidentally, are you and Suicide currently in a relationship? Of the romantic variety, that is. Yeah, I guess Amane's become my girlfriend somehow or other. I see. Sorry. Wasn't really trying to keep it a secret or anything, but kinda want to avoid a big fuss, so I decided not to bring it up until somebody asked. Had a rough idea just from watching the two of you lately. Figure you'll notice eventually, but the others, not to put too fine a point on it, but they're more on the oblivious side of things. Matsushima-san in particular. If you don't tell her flat out, it's entirely possible she'll never catch on. You have a point. In her case, a preemptive announcement might prevent a lot of hassle down the road. That'll be wise. The news may well put her in a bad mood for a little while, but I'm sure she'll end up giving the two of you her blessing. Yeah, I'll do that. Can you please convey my apologies to Suicide as well? Thanks again for your help. Well then, I'll see you at school tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Guess I better head to Amane's room. I'm now a full 2 hours and 15 minutes late. Amane may not be the type to bark for no reason, but this certainly warrants good yapping. I enter her room fully prepared for such an eventuality, but the outcome is surprisingly painless. Hey there, Yushi. So what's the plan? Want to eat right away or take a bath first? Saka particularly wanted to get angry at me, but his completely nonchalant attitude is almost creepy. If you're going to take a bath, you should probably hurry. Wait too long and Sasha will drain the hot water for the grand bathroom before you can use it. Right. Of course, you can always use the bath in my room if you want. Anyway, what's your pleasure? Let's eat first. I'll take a bath in my own room. Okay then, I'll get the food ready right away. Just have to warm it up, so take a seat and it won't be more in a few minutes. Hey, Amane. What's up? I said I'd be here at 7. I showed up well past 9, didn't even get in touch. Aren't you angry? Well, you know, can't say I was overjoyed about it, but I did have a feeling this might happen. You were helping Sakagi-san with the books, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. Not that it's her fault. She just asked me to carry over those boxes and I finished that by 6. I decided to stay and help put the books away on my own initiative. Right. I understand. I'm not really upset or anything. Oh, wait, maybe you want me to be mad? Maybe you want me to be mad? I'm really angry this time, Buster! Or something along those lines. Seriously annoying. I know, right? So like I said, I'm not angry. That said, next time you're gonna be late, a phone call in advance will be nice. Just for my peace of mind, you know? I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for waiting. You said you were in a mood for something spicy, so I made a mapo bowl. I tried using your beloved beans in place of the ground meat. What do you think? Well, let's see. Amane places the spicy tofu and rice dish in question on the table. along with a side of Chinese egg soup. At a glance, it seems like a perfectly normal mapo bowl, but closer examination reveals the standard minced pork has indeed been replaced with finely ground beans. Vividly pale buds of garlic create a nice visual contrast, stirring my appetite. I push my Chinese spoon to the mapo bowl, scoop out a large hunk of rice covered in the thick bean paste, and take a bite. A rich flavor instantly fills my mouth. A moderately sharp, spicy tang provides a nice accent. Nice work. This is really good. Isn't it? I'm glad you like it. You really can make anything delicious, can't you? Or maybe you just say that about everything you eat. Is it really delicious? You tried a bit yourself, didn't you? Yeah, just a little. Then take another bite and see for yourself. Come on, open wide. Huh? Look, I'm telling you to give me an odd... Open that mouth. See? Delicious, isn't it? Yeah. You should really have a little more confidence in your culinary skills. You think? If you're really that suspicious, try feeding me something disgusting as an experiment. I'll tell you exactly how crappy it is. I can't do that. The whole point is that I want you to really truly enjoy my cooking. I really truly do. I like the way you kept the spiciness moderate for one thing. Did you season this with Makine's taste in mind? Well, I think my taste might have had more to do with it. Might not guess it, but that girl doesn't really have a problem with spicy stuff. Come to think of it, where is Makina? She already finished her dinner and took her bath. At the moment she's in the lounge with Sachi, watching one of her favorite TV shows on the big screen. Right, that one with the lunatic professor who's always getting mauled by wild animals. Oh, Professor Dave. That's the one. There's a 2-hour special episode tonight, I guess. Come to think of it, when I passed by the lounge on the way to my room, I remember catching a glimpse of a frenzied Makina gnawing at Michiru's head, although I pretended not to notice. I bet money Michiru just happened to be passing by on a television ad with grizzly bear while looking for prey. Girl's got no luck, does she? What are you talking about? Nothing of any value, I assure you, don't worry about it. Oh, so Debug, what's up yourself, actually? So I'm probably gonna end this stream, and I'll also consider maybe doing some more GD today. Head back to my room to take a bath until I've returned to my room, but... Don't hee me, why'd you follow me? You're gonna take a bath, right? I was thinking I could come in with you. Wash your back, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go, though, no thank you. Huh? Don't hurt me either. What are you thinking? Come on, Yuji, I'm your girlfriend now, right? A little bath time togetherness is par for the course, right? Let's see. What kind of scolding would be appropriate here? Come to realize something all too clearly recently. Amane is basically happiest when she's taking care of a man. The more hopeless and childish that man is, the more she enjoys herself. In other words, she's the sort of woman who tends to actively encourage the man in her life to become worthless. Play along, and one day I'll end up incapable of scrubbing my own back. Perhaps I should draw a clear line in the sand here? You can wait around all you want, but I'm not going to be taking a bath. Alright, so how hard do you think a summoner playthrough would be anyways? I assume we're still talking, like, Terraria plus Calamity here? Now what are you going to do? Read a book. Really? Am I going to be a distraction then? Should I leave? Well, no. Don't mind if you're here, but it's not like there's anything for you to do. Just want to be with you for a while, Yuji. That a fact? There may be a number of strings attached, but Amane's my girlfriend. That being the case, if she wants to stay with me, I'm not going to kick her out. But to be honest, I'm still uncertain about this woman in many respects. About her motives, about the depth of her feelings towards me. By coming in close contact with me on a daily basis, Amane will come to understand exactly how dull a human being I am. One day, she'll probably part from me of her own accord. I throw myself down to the bed and begin to read. Well, first things first, you actually have a summoning weapon you could use upon starting the game. Unripened fruit. Yes, so, like, right at the beginning of this stream, I also did quickly go through Michiru's bad ending. Which, surprisingly, I was expecting that to maybe take, like, another hour, given how the good ending was, like, almost 3 hours long. The bad ending was not even 10 minutes long. It was still honestly pretty depressing. I mean, I guess if you just want to see it, you could either rewind further through the stream or just wait for me to just end this one, then go back to like the first 10 minutes. Or I could just opt to maybe just split this live stream into two, like the bad ending and Michiru's route, and then just starting Amane's route just after, because I'm not just gonna like literally live stream for only 10 minutes, like what's the point? I mean, if I knew like the bad ending was gonna be super short, I would have just done it in the same stream as the good ending, which, despite taking like nearly 3 hours, would have had like a 3-hour stream instead of like a 2-hour 50-minute one yesterday night if I did both endings in one shot. Yeah, I've heard many things about like different classes and how good they are. The official Calamity Wiki says there's no such thing as a best class. Pretty much every style of fighting has its own strengths and weaknesses. Melee, unless you're just using a sword that shoots projectiles, typically requires you to get up into something's face, which just risks you getting hit more frequently yourself. But the upside being that you have like high DPS and like overall highest defense, and even higher DPS with true melee weapons that, of course, require you to just actually hit stuff physically with your weapon, not just spam projectiles. Range is insanely good against single targets. There's also the occasional weapon that's really good for crowd control. It's an excellent bossing class. You might be able to run out of ammunition if you're not careful, but keeping like a good stockpile of ammo is not that much of a problem. I heard mages are pretty fragile. They're glass cannons in a way. They can do a lot of versatile things combat-wise, but they tend to have low defense. And there's also the reliance on mana, keeping that up to actually be able to just continually do stuff. Summoners, from what I hear, tend to have like pretty poor DPS, but you more or less can just focus more on dodging as opposed to actually having to attack, because of course your minions are going to do all the attacking for you. And then rogues just... yeah, I still don't like exactly know how to like charge stealth. I still don't really have much to say about rogue. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it here for Grisaia for now, and I might actually split this stream up into two. Split this up into Michiru's 10-minute long bad ending, not even 10 minutes, and then just be starting Amane.